Hey everybody, it's Joel Marshall here, and this is another episode of Lunch Therapy. Hello everyone, so good to be here. We're streaming out to YouTube and Twitch and Periscope and Instagram, and I'm so glad to be here. But I'm a little stressed out today because something happened to me that has never happened to me before. Facebook put me in the penalty box. Yeah, they put me in the. I didn't know about this, but they can put you in the penalty box. And for 3 days. 3 days, I can't like anything. I can't post pictures of my food. I can't talk on the messenger. I can't do any of that stuff for 3 days. So that's gonna be a tough one. I guess from what I understand, I think it's because I showed these hummingbirds in a fountain I don't know, the Hummingbird Coalition got after me. I think it's actually just because, somebody makes millions of hits on YouTube from the hummingbirds in the water. I don't think the hummingbirds are paid, but apparently they didn't, some bot out there did not want me to use that. So I got to be careful about what I put on the show. Let's just take a breath, 3 breaths. It's time for us to take 3 breaths and chill out a little bit, because that's what this show is about. This show is about relaxation and peace of mind, calming the body. So let's take a deep breath and hold it and let it out. Very nice, very nice. Okay, we're going to take another deep breath. And we're going to hold it. And we're going to let it out. One more time. Hold it. And let it out. Lovely. Some friends of mine sent me a picture, some video of their bird feeder cam, and let's see if I can get that. Oh, that was interesting. Here we go. Let's watch that. Very nice. So that's, we have that for us. There are no birds, however. There's some nice sounds, though. Some good sounds. I'm going to put on my headphones for this. Oh, yeah. That feels good. There's another video of a hummingbird actually coming to get some sustenance. I don't know where it is. Normally in this video, you would see it, but apparently not today, because that's the kind of day it is. So we have that. We also have a bird feeder cam that I do want to show you. Yes, this is another thing. I'm floating in the seeds right now. My head is floating in there. This is a bird feeder cam from, I believe, from Cornell Lab. You can see the thing at the top there. It's a live cam of some birds. I enjoy it. Let's see what kind of bird. So this is happening in real time. This is, I think, that's the thing, is the birds are just coming in. You can see the time at the top there. This is an actual live camera of birds. Or no birds, perhaps. Oh, there goes one. There were hummingbirds in both of those videos. I like this guy. You're the last dude in Just Chatting. So on Twitch, there is a thing called Just Chatting, and we're in there just chatting. And this guy, you good. Wade Byler, thanks for being here, Wade. I appreciate it. Ganell, there were hummingbirds in both of those videos. I know, there were. So that's good. Todd Lee, you're going to get banned from the YouTubes and the Instapots. Yeah. So thanks, everybody, for being here. It's a good day. It's a really good day. I'm feeling really good. I'm going to, we're going to have to post this stuff, the YouTube links, I guess, on Facebook later on. But I'm going to start with a little Steve Martin. It's from Steve Martin to Go on Twitter. He just posted it today. I hope he doesn't mind. Please visit his Twitter channel. But I just find this super fun, super relaxing. Let's go for it. Thank you, Steve. I feel much better. Appreciate that. He tried to come back in, do it again, but I stopped him because I can't give him that much time. I like that. Bula Bula Wow Wow. There from Camila Lopez. She said she loves the Yale shirt. Of course she does, because it's her university, not mine. Mine is the University of Washington, which is making some massive advances in the medical field right now with the coronavirus and all that stuff. So I shout out to them, but also shout out to Yale for selling me this shirt and producing the fine wife that I have and her education. Now, I would like to move on to the actual topics of the show and move off the Facebook problem, because that's going to be resolved, right? Just like the specter of Spectrum has now gone away, the Facebook banning is just a process. It's just a process. We got to learn to work with the obstacles that we're given, right? That's right. We got to work with the obstacles that are given to us. And so here we go. So what I want to talk to you today about, a couple of things. One of the things, somebody keeps texting me. I don't know why people text me in the middle of my show, but it happens. It happens. So I want to talk to you about one of my favorite places. Growing up in my, Jay Gaffney found us. Thank you for finding us. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to go that far and say Facebook sucks, but today doesn't like me. So one of my favorite places in the world that I want to talk to you about today is the Denny's on Aurora in Edmonds, Washington. Some of my finest times were spent at this Denny's. It's something that we've talked about on the show before, but I really want to just delve into it a little bit, the specialness of this place. It is a place where people gather to have fun. Here's a gentleman wearing the funny nose and glasses. it is a place where people, they have an actual bar. They serve beer and wine. It's smart of them to change the sign, because when we were in high school, the sign said, "We serve cocktails." And we eliminated the tails on it, and it became a kind of an offensive sign. I don't see how you can really turn that one into an offensive sign. Here's another patron in the bar. See, it's a place where, sportsmen gather to have their refreshing drinks after their contests of strength. There's you can take a picture with a pancake, apparently. So that's a big plus. I don't know what we would have done with this sign. Something, I'm sure. We didn't have the advantage of that particular sign while we were there. But I wanted to tell you, I was talking about Matt Latimer, one of my favorite people. I was talking about him last week. And see, Kevin Sherman actually worked at this Denny's. I don't know what made him decide that this would be a good place to work, but he worked at the Denny's as a busser. And I don't know if you guys have ever worked as a busser before, but it's hard work. And at Denny's, it's open 24/7. So he was going to school and then also working at the Denny's all night, washing dishes, bussing tables, working his ass off. And one of the things about working in a restaurant, especially if you were a busser, because I was a busser for many years, is that it is very, very grueling work. And you don't really get paid fairly. So you have to be compensated by tips. And if you're the busser, you're not directly getting the tips. You have to get them from the waiter or waitress, who then tips you out. That's what they say. They tip you out. So they get tips and then they tip you out. And that's pretty much, the rest of the stuff is what they pay you hourly just gets taken away by the taxes. It's just minuscule. They can actually, at least at this time, they could pay you below the minimum wage, I think, because they expected you to get these tips. And then you're supposed to report the tips, and then you get taxed. It's a terrible thing. So you rely on your waitress or your waiter for your living, basically. So Kevin Sherman is back there scrubbing away all night sometimes. Somebody keeps texting me. I don't know what's going on, but scrubbing away all night. And at the end of the shift in the morning, the waitress wouldn't tip him out. Gave him no money whatsoever. So he was making no money from this person. And she's like, "Well, you didn't really do anything." And he was all night bussing tables, scrubbing pots, just working away back there. And she would be like, "Sorry, yeah, you didn't really do anything." So he got kind of fed up, right? So much so that he hired me and Matt Latimer to come to the Denny's and just drive this lady crazy. Poor Kevin, that is insane. Exactly. So you're with me here, because it gets kind of wild here. So what Matt is one of the nicest people in the world, even though, he is a cheater, as we know from, he cheats at trivia games. Jeff Lohman's trivia game. At least that's the theory. That's the theory, because he's way too smart. He's a lawyer and everything. But so anyway, so Matt and I went there with the express purpose to give this person a hard time. And how best to do that? The best way is to be extremely passive aggressive, right? So we went in there and we sat down at this booth, and we were super nice. And the lady came over and she said, can I help you? And she's, real sweet to the customers, the tippers. And then she would go back and just like diss Kevin Sherman and just be like really, really mean, and then come out, "Oh, hi." And she's like so we were very nice to her. And we said, "Well, we just want to take a little bit of time, but could we get some water?" And then she came back with the water. And then she said, "Can I take your order?" And we said, "Well, we kind of wanted water without ice." And so she said, "Okay, I'll get you water without ice. Are you ready to order?" And not yet. So then she came back with the water without ice. And then in the interim, we had taken our silverware and put them in the seats because you could slip them in the seats and they would just disappear. And we'd be like, we didn't get any silverware. And then she's like, oh, okay. So she goes back and she gets the silverware, and Kevin sees her back there getting silverware and and she comes back and gives the silverware. And, she's, can I take your order, please? And we ordered 1 hot chocolate. And she's like, okay. And looking at us like, I wonder if they're going to order any food. And she goes back, she brings back the hot chocolate. And then Matt very nicely, may I have a hot chocolate as well? And so she goes back and gets another hot chocolate. And then I was like, my hot chocolate is not hot anymore. Could you heat it up? And she's still kind of trying to, why certainly, sir. And she goes back and she gets another hot chocolate and she brings it to me. And then we kept doing this, ordering one thing at a time, asking for more silverware. And she kept coming in the back and she started freaking out. She's like, I don't know what's going on with these people. They're so polite, but they're driving me crazy. And Kevin was back there trying to scrub the pots and do the things that he was doing for free and not break down laughing. He just kept going. Somebody keeps texting me. I don't know. Sorry guys, I got to take this because it looks like it's an emergency or something. Just a minute. What, Jimmy? What?
Joel. Hey, I needed help installing my wireless printer.
I thought you were dying or something. I'm doing my show.
I am dying. You know how frustrated it is not to have a printer?
You text me help in all capital letters, exclamation points. I thought you were dying. I almost got in the car and drove over there.
That would have been great because you could help me with this. I don't know how.
I'm in the middle of a show. I do this show every day at noon.
Well, other people are texting you, so I just texted in too.
Those are comments about the show. They're not tech questions. Well, we're on the show now. So, I guess this is the show. I guess this is going to be the show.
Hi, everybody.
I hope you're happy because you're on the show now. I think that maybe you just really wanted to be a guest on the show. That's what it is?
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, you're welcome. So you know what? I got to teach you some etiquette, some technology etiquette, because I don't think you get it. I don't think you're getting it.
What?
There's certain things that I'm going to be your friend here. Okay. I am going to help you understand that, how there was etiquette when you were a kid about like where you put the fork and where you put the knife on the table. And if you didn't do that correctly, then people were really offended, or if you didn't I don't know, if you didn't say thank you. Am I boring you? Am I boring you?
What does this have to do with wireless?
Well, listen. So how, like, if you didn't say thank you and your parents would be like, say thank you.
Thank you.
But it's so long ago that there was no technology at that time. So you didn't really learn the lessons of technology etiquette. So I'm going to teach them to you right now. Okay. And I guess I'll be teaching everybody else too.
I lost you. Oh, here you are. I muted you. Sorry.
All right. So here's the first one. If you're talking to someone on the phone and they have a bad connection, don't yell at them about it. Okay? Don't say, I can't hear you. Like, don't get all pissed at them because they can't help it. Be gentle with them and say, I'm having a hard time hearing you. Don't say, I can't hear you. Well, you're just going to have to call me back. Don't do that.
Should I go like this? I can't hear you.
No, you don't have to whisper. You just say, I can't hear. Just say, I can't hear you. Don't, like yesterday I was talking to you on the phone and I had a bad connection. And you were just yelling at me.
Yeah, because I couldn't hear you.
I know, but it wasn't like I was doing it against you. Okay.
But I know I should know that I couldn't hear you.
Okay, fine. Next time, try and be a little nicer. Okay? Because people, otherwise it's just bad connection shaming is what it is. Okay, number two, don't text people in all caps. It's yelling.
It's yelling.
I know you don't believe me, but everyone knows it's yelling. So whether you believe it or not, it's still yelling.
So when you text in all caps, it yells?
Well, it doesn't actually yell, but it means yelling.
So it's like if you pull up, like how some people believe if you pull up a plant, it screams, but you can't hear it. So when you're doing all caps, they're actually screaming.
Okay, so if you were a plant and someone pulled you up and you happened to be texting someone at the time, help, I'm being killed, then it would be appropriate to text in all caps, but only then. Not when your friend is doing a podcast and you want to print out something.
So, okay, I'll just text you in little letters then.
Yes, small letters.
Okay.
Doesn't even matter if the spelling's correct.
During the podcast.
Not during the podcast. It's not a podcast. Podcasts are just, you listen to them on an iPod. I don't know what an iPod is anymore. I don't know. You're confusing me now. Okay, so the next thing is when you text somebody, just text them. Don't text a whole bunch of other people in the same text.
I would never.
You texted me the other day. The other day you texted me, there were all these other phone numbers. I don't even know who those people are. They're not in my address book. And you texted me like personal things. And then you come back days later and you're like, oh, I'm going to text Joel something. And you text me, why do you hate Jeff Lohman so much?
Why do you?
I don't. But now all of a sudden Jeff won't talk to me because he was on that text thread.
So who hates Jeff Lohman?
This is public, okay? Can we talk about this some other place, okay? There are some people that are a little bit angry about Jeff because he did a trivia night where he made us all look stupid.
So he's kind of a dick.
No, he's not a dick. He just happens to be a history professor. He happens to know a lot about history.
Show off.
Okay.
So why was Jeff on that text?
Let's not talk about this anymore because it's public. We'll talk about this in private, okay? Oh. Here's the other thing. If I ask you to restart your computer, just do it.
Now?
Solves. No. I don't know. I don't know what to do with her. I don't know what to do with Ginny. Sorry about this. First week we can't be on Facebook. Now Ginny comes in and ruins the show. I hope that you guys at least learned something from the etiquette segment. Yeah, I guess, maybe I am. Maybe, yeah. Jeff. Yeah. Sorry, Jeff, for that because I didn't really, I didn't say that you were a dick. I don't know if I'll ever repair that relationship. We got somebody from Twitch here. Odin Stream. Okay, boomer. That's got to be a reference to something that I don't know about. But I dig it. Please follow me on Twitch, Mr. Odin Stream, because you're cool for being here. Ginny is known for this sort of thing. My friend Ginny, she just has no idea that I'm doing. Maybe Neil knows what the haha boomer thing. Oh, that's what boomer would say. I like it. I love it, Odin Stream. I love having you here. See, we're going to take over Twitch now because of, Facebook has banned us for 3 days. We're going to have to just get our butts into the Twitch and start twitching around. Speaking of butts, Speaking of butts, we had, this morning, I just wanted to confess essentially that I left the toilet seat up again. Yeah. My wife, she sent me a picture. She texted me this, and it says, put down the seat. It actually looks like she's swearing at me, basically. But I think she's saying, if you see this, put down the seat. So I'm going to try. I don't know what it is. I don't know why I have this inability to put down the seat anymore. My skills are actually degrading because, I've been home so long that I think maybe I'm going to, I don't know, I'm regressing. So I'm going to keep working on it, The one thing I don't understand, though, is why women get up in the middle of the night and then they fall in the toilet. I mean, shouldn't they turn on a light or take a look, or shouldn't they look before they sit down? Do you not look when you sit down on a chair? I don't know. I'm not going to complain because it's my own discipline. All right, I've got to go. This is starting to degrade. There's some stuff going on in Twitch. It's getting ugly. All right, so just to relax us, I've got another busker here for us. Hopefully, I'm going to try and promote this person as much as possible so that they feel like they're getting added value from being in the podcast. I hear from my wife, I'm trying not to wake up too much. The light makes me wake up. Joel. That's great. All right, so I'm going to end the thing with, her name is Allie Sherlock. She's singing a song in Dublin. I'm just going to show you a couple different moments of the thing, and I hope that you will go to her page, Allie Sherlock, and check this out because it's beautiful.
I found a love for me. Darling, just dive right in and follow my lead.
But it gets better. There's even more.
I found a girl.
So I'm going to move ahead because I can't show too much of this. But this guy comes in. He's like an Italian guy. Jumps in there. And they're like, well, he's like some kind of opera singer or something.
Con I miei segreti molto di più. Spero ci ingono l'amore che ci ha combinato.
Later on in the video,
diventi casa. Baby, I'm listening to our favorite song. I'm bathing what I see.
As we are.
I have met an angel in person. She looks perfect. No, I don't
Thank you everybody for joining me today on Lunch Therapy. Have a great day.